Hello everyone, it's your boy Gabe back again with a new YouTube video, and today I'm sitting here in my wife beater shirt because it has 30 degrees Celsius for my American watchers in Vienna right now, so that's why I'm sitting here in my wife beater shirt. But we were talking about something wholesome actually, and the topic that I chose to talk about today is feel good animes. So what are your feel good animes? What are your go-to like wholesome animes that you just like to watch every 6 months or so? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you like anime content, and yeah, let's get into it. So obviously huge spoiler warning for Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai, Horimiya, and My Dress Up Darling. I'm very curious what you guys will say, so I'ma just say the top 3 of my feel good animes that I watch every 6 months or so. Number 1, obviously, Horimiya. It's one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite anime of all time. It's just so wholesome. There's no real predicament in there. Everything is just nice, romantic, and funny. It's about this guy Miyamura being outcast, and Hori, who's like the #1 student of the class, and both have their issues, obviously. And they just randomly meet, and Miyamura does not look at all what he looks like in class. So she thinks he's interesting from the way he looks. So they just start talking and they start hanging out, and Hori's brother also likes Miyamura a lot, and then they just get together, and the whole friend group and everything is just so wholesome. Every character is very special and very dear to me, so that's a really big one. I can watch this anime probably, if I had the time, I would probably watch it once a month. Just because I just like the feeling that it gives me, and the stories and characters and the music. Oh my god, the opening is so good. So if you want to hear like a really chilled out anime opening, you should definitely go for the Horimiya one. The artwork is cool. Oh my god, there's no incest in there. I have to talk about this later in this video as well. There's no weird shit in there. It's just two teenagers, like 18-year-olds falling in love. Super chill. There's no fan service, it's just good. Then my second feel-good anime that I really like to watch also every like 6 months or so is Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Really good outro as well, so if you want to hear a really good anime song, you should go for the Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai outro. It's a really good one. I like this anime because it's different than the other, like Horimiya for example, which is really straightforward. There's no special about it, it's just a romance and friendship. And for Bunny Girl Senpai, we have this entire, like, they call it the puberty syndrome. We have our main character, the rascal Sakuta, who falls in love with his senpai from school, Mai. And because she's so famous and people tend to ignore her. It's very weird. Japanese school culture, I think, is very weird because they say that if you would talk to Mai, who's a famous actress, they would practically, like, get themselves into the target of the school for bullying and shit, because people would then be like, holy shit, why does this guy think he can talk to Mai? She's too special for him or her to talk to. And so because nobody wants to have this rumor, like this bullying attack on them, they all tend to ignore Mai whenever she's there. And that's where the puberty syndrome kicks in, like Schrödinger's cat is also explained in this anime. That when something is not observed, it doesn't exist. So she just vanishes from everyone's eyesight and nobody can actually see her. Even if she runs around in a bunny girl costume, nobody can see her. And our main character, Sakuta, can see her, and he tries to help her be more seen again. And then they fall in love, and it's a very wholesome love. Like him declaring his love in front of the entire school. It's a very iconic scene as well, the way he screams it. The voice actor is really good here as well. That's a really good one. I really like that one as well. Even though the puberty syndrome sometimes can get quite annoying, like this entire... Actually, the entire like premise of the show. I would love more just romance and friendship building with Sakuta, his friends, and mai-san. But in general, it's a really good one that you can't do anything wrong with, really. The characters are quite nice. There's some incest jokes in there, but it doesn't happen. So that's also a good one. Hell yeah, because it's apparently really hard to do something without incest. Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai has some fan service in there, but I personally think it's not too crazy. And I think that the main character makes quite funny jokes about, yeah, basically a boy in puberty reacting to girls, basically. So I think they made it quite nice. It's a little bit fan service, but really, I think in my opinion, very minimal. Then the third one on my list is My Dress Up Darling. It's just also a really cool one. I think it's not only because the romance aspect of it, it's more like because it works with cosplaying, which I'm really interested in as well. I really like a good cosplay, and I cosplayed before, and I would love to cosplay again. And I think that's a really cool, like, main plot point of the story, that they work with cosplaying. And then at the same time, we have Marin Kitagawa, which is like one of the waifus of all waifus, basically, with her blonde and pink hair and the otaku she is, like, she's a full-on weep. And then the male main character is Gojo, who is also just really wholesome, and he has like this dream of being a doll maker and like painting dolls and making clothes for dolls and making dolls in general, like a very like traditional, unique Japanese doll, not like a Barbie doll or something. And him being a loner and being like scared of people finding out that he likes to work with dolls, and then Marin getting to know him and liking the entire doll aspect. Like, she thinks it's super cool that he likes something. Like, this is very, very big part of the story as well, that if you like something, like, if someone likes something, you shouldn't like make fun of it, and you should really embrace it. So for example, Marin gets hit on by a guy and he makes fun of her favorite anime character, and she immediately like shuts him down and goes like, you should never make fun of something that a person clearly likes. And I think that's a really cool like dynamic that they have in that anime as well. Gojo has really low self-esteem because he likes dolls, and he got, as a kid, screamed at from a girl that he's a weirdo and that she hates him because he likes to play with dolls and likes to create dolls. And Marin just embraces this part of him again, and giving him the confidence that he can actually do whatever the hell he wants as long as he likes it. And then they have a really nice dynamic where he makes the cosplays for her, so they work together on their cosplays, and Marin falls in love with him, and Gojo obviously thinks that Marin is way out of his league, but still also likes her a lot. And just a really, really nice, like, wholesome story, and there's no incest in there, which is really good. But there's a lot of fan service in there. So the cosplays that they make for Marin, they're very sexual, because Marin in this story is a very like weirdo, like edgy otaku, so she likes to play like sexy games and shit, and likes to cosplay the characters from these sexy games and animes. So there's always a lot of like boob or cleavage or ass shot or panty shot in there. So it's, if you don't like that, you should not watch it. But I think still in general is a good enough story and anime to see over it. Or if you like it because of fan service, then you can watch it because of the fan service. I don't care about the fan service as long as the story is good. I just have a really big problem with incest. These are my 3 top animes. So number 1, you have to watch if you want feel good, wholesome anime, Horimiya. Number 2, Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Number 3, My Dress Up Darling. I think there's more, there's way more. There's like honorable mentions. For example, is Your Lie, April, but it's not really a feel-good anime because it's quite sad, but it's a really good one as well. Toradora is a really big honorable mention. It's a really fun one. I quite enjoyed it. I have 2 more actually. I just had to look up the names because I'm really bad with names. The first one is Komi Can't Communicate. A really, really nice one, really chill one as well. And the second one, which is very dear to my heart, is Aharen-san wa Hakarenai. Also just a must watch. So now that I named all the honorable mentions, which are basically full on like 100 anime title list, let me go to one big point that I have with incest. I get it that it's like in Japanese culture it's different. It's very like unique, but I don't understand what point it brings us. Like, why? I know we can have love, we can have harem, we can have everything like that. I don't care about that, but why does it have to be incest? For example, there's this new anime where it's like a girl that can only explain her emotions in Russian. And I had such high hopes for it because it was an interesting take, you know, that this girl speaks Russian and she tells him that he likes him in Russian and that he's cute in Russian, and she thinks that he doesn't understand her, but he actually understands her because he learned Russian, because he once in his life thought that a girl was cute and he learned Russian for her because she was Russian as well. Anyway, why does it need to have incest? Why does his sister need to sit on top of him and we see her cleavage and everything? It's so weird. Why? Am I the only one that doesn't like incest? Please let me know in the comments below. I can't be the only one. And please tell me why. If someone knows why does it have to be in my favorite animes? That's it for today. I'm ahead to the gym now. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see each other in the next one in 4 days. Bye bye.